I know you was clicking on this video and was thinking you cannot compare Tesla to the traditional car manufacturers like VW, Daimler, GM or Ford, but I believe that this is important to understand how strong Tesla's position is actually in the car industry and far more as a technology company. We will talk about in this vlog about the financials, the stock strengths, the management team, and also about the sales, and we will compare those to generate and justify why Tesla is doing how they do right now, and this is freaking good. If you are the group of 60 or more % that are not subscribed yet to this channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button, ring the bell so you get notified for every daily new vlog and live stream, and also make sure to smash the like button because, you know, YouTube algorithm. However, I'm diving right into the management. I think one of the most important part of a company is the management team, right? And with this very difficult times, you have to consider what is really important when a manager or CEO manages a company through such turbulent waters. Now, first of all is the experience, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we know that we had very hard times during the financial crisis 2008, and we can assume that CEOs that are so long on board are really experienced and know how to not only manage a company that is doing well or is doing the normal operation, but what about a crisis, an unprecedented crisis like that? And I will tell you something. Let's have a look how the biggest CEOs of the car industry are already on board at their positions. So compared to Tesla, obviously. So Tesla, Elon Musk is the head of Tesla, obviously, since 2004, and therefore also lived through all the bad times. You know, Tesla was so many times so close to bankruptcy, and also during 2008 was one of the hardest times for Tesla to survive, but they did it. Elon Musk did it, and also they did it a couple of times after that. And after the crashes comes always the big fluent times, and therefore, you know, we see where Tesla is now with a share price of $700+. Unbelievable bounce back of the recent lows. Now let's have a look. What about the Ford CEO? Can you name him? Obviously, you don't know them. To be very honest, I didn't know him either, because this is one of the beauties of Tesla management. Elon Musk is really standing for the company. Everybody knows Elon Musk, and if you cannot say this for all the CEOs that are standing behind a big car manufacturer brand. So let's go into the CEO of Ford is Jim Hackett. He is on board only since 3 years, since 2017. The VW CEO since 2018. VW had a lot of crashes and bad times during the Dieselgate, obviously, and since then Herbert Diess, who is very close to Elon Musk, I have to say, I like that, and the Daimler CEO Ola Källenius since 2019, super fresh, and the GM CEO Mary T. Barra since 2014. So no one is near the CEO role like Elon Musk, and therefore, you know, 1 Tesla, 0 the car manufacturers. Let's go to the next one. The next one, I want to give you a little bit of perspective from an investor side. You know, I have a couple of friends, they are trading on the stock market, and some of them decided to buy VW stock. Now, I said, if you want to invest into the car industry, Why not Tesla? They make beautiful cars, they have a great management team, and the stock can be crazy as hell and you can make a lot of money. But no, since many of those people that are watching since the summer, since I told them buy at 178 and buy at 200, buy at 300, sometimes they don't want to listen. But however, let's have a look into the stock strength since the last couple of weeks. To be precise, this is the 1 month chart, and as you can see, the Tesla stock went from about 450 levels to 750 levels, and this is unprecedented. One of the biggest turnarounds, and I said this also in my live streams, this is big. Tesla can be big after this crisis, and if you are comparing this to Ford is almost plus minus nothing at $5 per share. And let's have a look into the others. So Daimler barely made it from 24 to 29 euros per share, and GM did about something very similar to Ford, bouncing at the $22 mark and didn't did so well. But you see here, Tesla stock can be on the negative side, very volatile, but big turnaround, big bounce backs is something that Tesla stock can do pretty well. Now let's talk about sales. Sales overall looks not so good in the near future, right? I mean, by everything having closed, we have not the possibility to go to your favorite dealership and buy these cars. But Tesla has obviously the solution. You can just order your next Tesla within a couple of minutes on the Tesla website. And not only that, Tesla China sales is booming. Just in the last months of March, these sales numbers went crazy, 400% plus. Moreover, we received 20,000 online orders in China for the new launch long-range model as well for the performance models, and this is beautiful. This is just beautiful. 20,000 cars is 1 month of production volume for Tesla. More than that, So this is so beautiful about Tesla, that demand without big advertising is still there. But let's have a look into the overall market. These sales numbers worldwide doesn't look that good. So if you're looking into the US, in the last months, we went down 40%. In Europe, even more, 50% of less new cars are being sold. And also in China, we have a similar picture, 42% less cars sold in Q1. Okay, let's jump quickly on the product. Tesla product, autonomous, beautiful designed, minimalistic, electric, and fully digital. And if you don't believe that this is the car of the future, then you should maybe go and buy a horse. If you buy a horse, this is something very interesting what Elon Musk is claiming, that he believes in 2020 to buy a traditional car will be like buying back then not a car with a combustion engine, but a horse. This is the thinking of the CEO of the most advanced car manufacturer in the world, Tesla. And if you're looking into the product line of the traditional car manufacturer, you see that they are trying to catch up with electric models, and this will be totally delayed because of the current situation. And I think this is a plus point for Tesla, because who wants to buy an electric car or switch to electric car? They have very less options. They either go for Tesla, which is a well established also with the all superchargers, or they wait for the new ID.3 that still has some issues, or other BMW or Daimler models that are not selling well or getting delayed into the launch date. So you have the choice, and I think this is also another point for Tesla here. Last point here is the financials. Now, Q1 is just a couple of days away, and Q1 will be so important what Tesla will announce, and we are so curious, because in the end of the day, we will really see what is under the hood, and we are expecting something between super great and maybe a profit to be included in the S&P 500 or a total disaster. But I think that we have to wait. It's so hard to predict something. I would love to see a profit at Tesla. A 160 million profit is needed to be included into the S&P 500. Otherwise, you know, we have to wait for the next quarter to be an absolutely boom quarter. So, but let's talk about the other car manufacturers. Ford just announced that they are expecting negative $600 million. And you have to understand something. This is a point where always the short sellers of Tesla, as well as people that are following the auto market, always said that Tesla is leaking behind, because obviously Tesla is building and growing so fast and want to have a leap of huge advancement in the electric industry, and therefore they invested every single dollar that they made, and therefore this was a lot of criticism. Always the car manufacturers were well established financially, but now the whole crisis also pushing digitalization and electric and future and sustainability. I think that the billions invested into the development of the next internal combustion engine is a really big problem for them. And therefore, I'm also very curious how the Q1 numbers will look for Daimler, GM, or the other big car manufacturers.